I'm Amy from Doodle Dog Designs. In this video, I'm going to do some hooking and I'm going to do rug punch, and I'm going to compare the two using both number 8 strips, which are 1/4 inch wide, and number 4 strips, which are 1/8 inch wide. I'm going to be using my rugby cutters to cut the strips. I do have a number 8 blade on this one, so I'm going to do some red with the number 8. And then I'm going to do some gold with the number 4 blade. I am using an Oxford punch needle. This is the number 10 1/4 inch regular. And the 1/4 inch means that it makes 1/4 inch loops. You can see that you can get ones that make taller loops and shorter loops, but the shorter loops only come in the fine, which means you can't punch as thick of a fiber through the punch needle tool. And the number 8 strips are the widest you can punch through the regular tool. This is going to be my first time using this punch needle tool, so we can learn together how it works. I'm going to start with the rug punch. I'm going to thread my wool through the eye of the needle and then slide the wool into the shaft. So I'm going to start with a really short tail, and I'm just going to go into one of the holes here on my monk's cloth. As I punch, I'm going into every other hole or every second hole. Then I'm going to go ahead and punch with the number 4 also, because when you punch, you're punching from the back of the fabric. So when I hook, I'm going to have to turn my fabric over. So I want to go ahead and get all of the punching done first, and then I will switch to hooking. The punch needle tool does come with a stitch guide, and I'm counting my stitches here. You can count the number of stitches per inch. And I have done about 6 stitches per inch. It could just be my wool, but it is really pretty tight with the 6 stitches per inch, so I'm going to do another couple of rows where I go into every third. That's a little too loose. I think I like this better. I wonder if I got that too close. So I punched that second row and I felt like it was just a little bit too crowded. So I'm going to do a second row again, and I'm going to move over one hole and we'll see if that looks better. I think that is better. It was a little too crowded when the edge of my needle was touching the edge of the last row of hooking. It was a little too crowded in the front. Now I'm going to take it off and flip it over so I can do a little rug hooking with my rug hook. That loop didn't seem quite right, but I was able to fix it with my hook. It was twisted. Okay, this is my hooking, and the punching is just a little bit taller than how I usually hook. As you can see that it's a little taller. So it will take more wool if I were to use the Oxford hook rather than traditional my rug hooking, but that is just how I hook. I'm purposely trying to hook this one a little bit taller than my normal hooking. It's still not quite as tall as the punching. Again, I did hook it taller than my original red, but not quite as tall as the punching. Aside from the height, there's not much difference in how they look. So this is definitely an alternative to hooking if you are familiar with punching and you wanted to get into the rug hooking. This might be a good option for you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.